Hey, Sublime Society. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. Today, we're diving into a topic that I think we can all agree is incredibly important but often gets pushed to the back burner: self-care. And guess what? I'm not doing it alone today. We've got a special guest joining us. Maya, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be here and talk about one of my favorite subjects. Self-care is such a big part of my life, and I'm thrilled to share what I've learned with all of you.
I knew you'd be the perfect person for this episode. So, here's the deal, folks. Self-care isn't just about bubble baths and face masks, although those are awesome too. It's about taking the time to care for yourself in whatever way you need, whether that's mentally, physically, or emotionally. Maya and I are going to talk about what self-care means to us, how we fit it into our busy lives. And here's the twist, we're going to share our own self-care kits. I asked Maya to bring hers along, and I've got mine here too.
Yes, I'm so ready for this. Creating my self-care kit was so much fun, and I'm excited to hear what you've got in yours as well.
Awesome. But before we get into our kits, let's start by talking about what self-care means to each of us. So, Maya, when you hear the term self-care, what comes to mind?
For me, self-care is all about balance and listening to what my body and mind need. It's about taking moments throughout my day, or even setting aside an entire day, to recharge and reconnect with myself. Sometimes it's as simple as taking a walk outside or enjoying a cup of tea without any distractions. Other times, it's more involved, like journaling, meditating, or even just doing something creative. Self-care is basically anything that helps me feel centered and whole.
I love that. It's so true that self-care isn't one size fits all. For me, self-care can range from having a quiet morning with a good book to making sure I get enough sleep. I've realized that if I don't take care of myself, I can't really show up for others the way I want to. It's like that old saying, you can't pour from an empty cup.
Exactly. And it's so easy to forget that, especially when life gets busy. We all have responsibilities, work, school, family, friends, but taking care of yourself is just as important. It's like making an investment in your own well-being.
Totally agree. And I think sometimes people feel guilty about taking time for themselves. Like it's selfish or indulgent. But really, self-care is about self-preservation. It's about making sure you're at your best so you can give your best to the world.
Yes, and self-care doesn't have to be time-consuming or expensive. It can be something as simple as taking a few deep breaths when you're feeling stressed or treating yourself to your favorite snack after a long day. It's all about what makes you feel good.
Exactly. And that's why I'm so excited to share our self-care kits with everyone. So, Maya, do you want to go first? What's in your kit?
Okay, so I've put together a few of my go-to self-care items. First up is my journal. I'm a big fan of journaling because it helps me process my thoughts and feelings. I try to write in it every morning, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Next, I've got my favorite essential oil blend, lavender and peppermint. I use it when I'm feeling stressed or when I need to relax before bed. I also included a book that I'm currently reading, The Art of Mindfulness. It's a great reminder to stay present and enjoy the little things. And lastly, I've got a cozy blanket. Wrapping myself up in it instantly makes me feel comforted and safe.
Wow, that sounds like the ultimate self-care kit. I love that you included a journal. Writing down my thoughts always helps me clear my mind too. And that essential oil blend sounds heavenly. I might have to steal that idea.
Please do. It's such a simple but effective way to bring a little bit of calm into your day.
Alright, now it's my turn. So, my self-care kit is a mix of things that help me unwind and recharge. First, I've got a set of colored pencils and a sketch pad. I'm not the greatest artist, but I find that drawing or coloring is a really relaxing way to let my mind wander. Next, I've got a playlist of my favorite calming music. Music has such a powerful effect on my mood, so I always have my headphones handy. I've also included some herbal tea, specifically chamomile, which I drink every night to help me wind down. And finally, I've got a gratitude journal. I try to write down 3 things I'm grateful for every day, which helps me focus on the positives, no matter how small.
That's amazing. I love that you included creative activities like drawing. It's such a great way to express yourself and relax at the same time. And the gratitude journal is such a beautiful practice, I might have to start doing that too.
Thanks. It's really helped me shift my perspective, especially on tough days. So, now that we've shared our kits, we want to challenge all of you listening to create your own self-care kit. Think about the things that make you feel good, calm, and centered, and put them together in a box or a bag that you can reach for whenever you need a little pick-me-up.
Yes, and don't forget to share your kits with us on social media. We'd love to see what you come up with. Let's inspire each other to prioritize self-care in our daily lives.
Absolutely. Self-care is something we all need, and by sharing our ideas, we can help each other find new ways to take care of ourselves. So, whether it's skincare, journaling, a good book, or just some quiet time with a cup of tea, make sure you're carving out those moments for yourself. You deserve it.
And remember, self-care isn't selfish, it's necessary. It's how we recharge and show up as our best selves. So take the time, make your kit, and don't feel guilty about putting yourself first.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Maya. Thank you so much for joining me today and for sharing your amazing self-care tips. This was such a fun and important conversation.
Thank you for having me. I had a blast, and I hope our listeners feel inspired to make self-care a priority in their lives.
Me too. Alright, Sublime Society, that's it for today's episode. Be sure to write down in the comments what you think about this video. And as always, stay sublime, take care of yourselves, and we'll catch you in the next episode.